Hello and welcome again to Happy Jack's RPG podcast, session 6 of Heaven on High, a City of Mist actual play on the Happy Jack's RPG network. To find all other playthroughs of this game, please visit happyjacks.org/Heaven on High. And to find any other shows, please visit happyjacks.org. I am your intro GM, as always given by this joke that will never die, and I am joined by four incredibly beautiful people starting from Joe.
Hi, I'm your intro player Joe, one of the four beautiful people. I play Jacob Lee, the big bad wolf.
Got you. Then followed by Mo.
Yo ho, I'm Mo. Here to play Adam. Uh a a a a machine of a man.
Followed up by Leo. Nah.
That threw me off guard.
Hi. How's it going?
Hello.
Looking good? Get on that stage. Looking good.
That's just, I don't know why the pause in between just like, what? Huh? Hello, I am Liana, and I am playing Priya, aka Shanti, aka Shanti Priya, our little vengeful ghost.
And finally, Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose. I'm playing your problematic fave, Venus, aka the River Styx.
And finally, I've been told like 6 times in the secret chat that you can't see that it's actually episode 5, not episode 6. And I've been told off enough times that I don't have to make the point out. I'm gonna pretend I said episode. Can we in edit just edit me saying episode? It's episode 5. There. Put it in the post edit. Person who's doing this later, who is definitely gonna do that later.
Welcome
Thanks. All
to
right.
episode 6, the search for episode 5.
Right. The Dreamers are a group of essentially people who know how to dream, who are capable of dreaming. As such, it gives them a hold upon the world that they live in. Other people can't dream. They become dreamers. They become part of the rifts, which our players are. They are also incredibly deep investigators looking currently and searching for to find out and destroy the Dream Eater, someone who takes dreams away from people who become dreamers and essentially turns them back into something else that they aren't quite sure or fully understand. Their latest case puts them up against a new factor that they weren't prepared for. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady called Venus, who has hired them because she has lost part of her soul and also part of her memory. In order to solve this case, they have discovered that there was a secret room in Venus's home, which had a trap laid up for whoever came within it, within the dream world, and also led to 6 particular people who are all hired by the Erin Kent Foundation to film a interesting perfume commercial. The perfume commercial, which one of the player characters, Priya's cool and interesting friend Julieta, is currently working on. When we left the players last time, they were heading towards Grand Padme Park in order to find out what's going on. That aside, how's everyone doing today? Y'all doing good? We're all gonna pretend we haven't been talking for an hour before this started, so it's all good. All right. Before we go on through everything else, Mo, you have the wheel.
Um Outside of the diner, um Adam walks up and he walks past the window in front of the booth that the dreamers usually sit at. And he goes to the alley next to the diner where he sees Mary. Mary is a young girl. Her clothes are worn, but her legs are certainly sturdy. She is she keeps herself nice for somebody who is whose luck is up and down. But she gets a lot of information, and today she's wearing a new jacket. And Adam clocks that first. Um, he hands her $50, and she shoves it in her pocket, and she says, "That place over by the river. What do you know about that place?"
Mary puts the like the money in her big jacket pocket and zips up part of it, making sure it's nice and secure. But when she does so, you see her looking around to make sure no one is looking at her when she does it. She wants to make some money secure but not spread it out. Please continue.
He says, I know that they're in leagues with folks dealing in alchemy. Mary says, how do you know? And Adam says, what do you know? Mary begins to quibble. You know, this could be anything. They could just be making tennis shoes, like they say. Adam takes a step back. He says, are we done doing business? She says, no, no, no. It's just, you've corrected me on information before, and I just want to know where to start in telling you the story. Adam says, start at the beginning. Mary begins telling him about how certain low-level managers have gotten recent promotions with innovations that kind of set my radar off. Adam keeps pushing for who's the top person in charge. And Mary insists it's just certain low-level managers. They talk for about 10 minutes. And Adam becomes sad. He knows the girl has to make a living. But he knows she's compromised.
If I may interject in, what makes you certain she's been compromised?
She's happy to give names of people who have started working at the company in the last year or two. But I've been watching this company for a lot longer. And I'm certain there are higher ups who are more invested than she suggests. She's giving me Fall Guys.
If I may, what would you like to do to try and get Mary to turn back to your side? A suggestion could be, if you have something you think Mary would really want, that would get her to turn, but it has to be something that's better than what she's been offered so far.
Right. I mean, I would love to just tell her that these people are essentially creating modern day slaves, an undying army who will do all of their work for them. But I know platitudes and high-minded principles won't pay her bills.
Well, Mary may not be able to help you go against the Aaron Kent Foundation. Maybe she can help you with other things. Something else you might need information about.
I ask her if she's ever heard of our, como se dice, our film crew company.
The Aaron Kent Foundation?
Aaron Kent Foundation is who the film crew did the work for.
But a film company themselves. If I may take a slip in to take over Mary for a bit.
Please do.
Absolutely. So Mary, with her hands in her pockets, keeping that same rugged smile on her face, trying to basically breathe a sigh of relief that you've changed the subject to something that she's a bit more comfortable about talking about. And she goes, "Well, what do you want to know? They're all right. They're just a pack of people. They work together. They've recently been making incredible commercials, absolutely hitting it out the ballpark, better than anyone else has been doing so far. It's like they're inspired somehow. They're a team of like I think 6 people. It's been all right. I've seen a few. They've been really good.
What's your favorite commercial they've done?
Oh, it's got to be the what's called the hand sanitizer one. They had like a man walking through the entire area, and everything he touched turned to gold. And then the color they used was incredible. And when they finished it, it brought the hand sanitizer and how clean your hands were. Mwah, perfect. Shame about the past, though.
Hmm?
Shame about their past, isn't it?
What about their past?
Well, I don't want to go on spreading rumors that have already been spread. I mean, I do actually, but they weren't a perfect team back in the day. They used to be absolutely bad, and apparently one of them got really, really hurt, like super hurt, to the point where they changed everything. But when they came back, it was fine. Apparently, some accident happened on set. Someone really, really got badly burned, and then everything was back to normal.
Who got hurt? Do you know their name?
Oh, costuming. Padma.
Padma.
Padma Abrams, I think. Really bad burns.
Hmm.
They're better now, though.
Gotcha.
So you're not gonna ask me more about Dear and Ken. Like I said, it's not really a place for you to go. I think we should just leave it, right?
You're probably right.
Maybe talk about something else.
Absolutely. Listen, you're
Yeah.
one of my favorite leads. If anything comes up, you know I'm paying, and I'm happy to get you anything you need.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. I'm gonna go. Okay.
Have a good one, Mary.
She starts to leave, and then she stops, and she turns around, and she kind of looks at you and sort of seems to be questioning something in her head, but she doesn't make it showing because it's clearly something that she's really conflicted about.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of goes, "Hey, is it true what they say about you?"
Then I'm good at my job, and I'm going to shut these guys down.
No, that you don't stop. Nothing stops you.
There are people out there doing bad things, Mary. And if I don't stop them, ultimately, they'll be doing bad things to good people like you.
You see her mentally lock something down. Mary will remember this. And she turns and she leaves without a word. What happens now is we're going to have a screen wipe where you are going to turn around and the scene will change, but you remain exactly where you are to your second introduction. So play it out like that.
I go up to the coffee pot. I pour some coffee. Put a creamer in. And I turn around and I'm almost surprised to see Sherry there, my editor.
All right. If I may, why don't you tell us who Sherry is?
Sherry's my editor. She's a young lady who has been rocketing up the ranks at the newspaper. A lot of people said that she was hired as a diversity candidate, and she's been breaking her neck to prove them wrong. She's sharp. She's got a good eye for news. Um, she's also figured out that her editorial instincts aren't necessarily what's going to get her promoted in the news business.
All right. She's standing directly behind you, and she's like,
Oh,
"I hope you have.
Sherry,
I'm hoping you have something for me.
you have something on your desk.
I have something on my desk, but I don't like to look at things on my desk when my favorite, well, I say favorite, my most profitable writer doesn't tell me in person. What have you got for me?"
Um, you got a backstory expose on the senior citizen home
Mm-hmm.
that was doing some kind of experimentation on people.
Yep, sounds great. Love that
Got
article.
article on the high rolling art dealer who just happens to be connected to all of these murders going around in town.
Love that article. Can't publish it, but I love it.
That's entirely hearsay.
Everything there will clear in a court of law.
Everything that will clear in a court of law doesn't mean I can publish it.
Whatever.
You
What do you
know
want?
this.
What do you want,
You know
Sherry?
what I want is something I can publish. You have a lot of stuff for me, and I love everything you do, and I love putting your stuff in the paper. But there's only so much I can get past without having my lawyers up in my neck. It doesn't matter the part of court of law; it's the amount of law work I need to do afterwards that is the problem. I don't want to go to court in the first place. I think what you've written is incredible, and it always has been. And I love the little connections you make that no one else sees. But if I want to publish something, I need to make sure I'm not going to end up publishing it and spend the rest of the year trying to prove it right. Gotta
All
give
right.
me more than this.
Listen, those seniors at that home, they were abused. We have plenty of
Right.
evidence of that.
And I've got that all in, and that's going in tomorrow's paper. No problem
Right.
whatsoever. I've got the expose going in. I've got people looking into other angles. I've got other newspapers talking to me about that. That whole
So,
scandal is down.
so what do you want?
If you're gonna give me more stuff on this art collector that was connected to all, I need something bigger. I want
work-
something bigger by my desk next week.
I'm working on it as we speak.
I'd like to say something like, "Don't disappoint me," but you never do.
I never do.
Also, get out of my way. I want a coffee.
I step aside.
As she goes up and she starts to pour herself some coffee, we have this little short picture of you smiling on the side looking at her. And as you do, we hear like drums playing in the background. And as the drums get a bit louder, we go straight into a playthrough of Girls on Film by Duran Duran. And as that happens, there's a flash of light. Apologies to everyone actually watching this for flashing lights that I'm describing. That gives you photosensitivity. Sorry about that, photosensitive people. I apologize, but it happens. Flashing lights, and then we cut to inside a building. The building is like almost like a warehouse shape style building, fairly long on its side, and inside it, wheeling out multiple like people pushing out various equipment for filming, like big cases, boom boxes, everything, and you're setting up to the theme of Girls on Film. It's like it's in little bits where we see them doing little parts here, getting the stage ready, moving about, everything else. Although they've not been introduced, we see the 6 people over and over again. But I'm not going to introduce them like this because you will all forget the names. I'll do it slowly. And as it cuts away from them all doing all of this, we have the final shot, which is the camera goes all the way down and zooms to 2 director chairs with Nandi Orr, director, and Kubet Nosek, producer, written on both sides. Nandi comes in and sits on the chair. They're a fairly thin man, Asian descent, short hair, bit of a beard, moves in, leans over, looks over at Qbert and goes, "Is she going to be ready?" Qbert being your typical straight up, wearing like a business suit, what, like perfect suit, perfect tie, perfect everything. Lisa goes, I hope so. You hired her. At which point we cut away from that and we cut to a gazebo. And we cut to someone sitting down, smiling, and talking to a few extras. The star of the show, Julieta from last episode. Julieta being someone who just picked up the job and is also Priya's very, very, very interesting friend, is smiling and laughing with these ladies, and they seem to having a fairly good time. And we can see like she's radiating beauty and exuberance and everything nice. But even on the camera, we can see that she's a different shade than the rest of them are. Like she's exuding this color on, and we know why, because she picks up what looks like a perfume and she sprays it once, then she sprays it twice. And she does, her color really emphasizes, even in real life, not just on camera, emphasizes over and over again. It's almost like a slight blend of the same color that you've been investigating from last what's called episode arc mystery. That's what I was looking for. That's what we see. When the camera was going through all of that, the four of you were seen at some point. Where would you like to place yourselves and what would you be doing? You have carte blanche on any part of the set. You can be one of the people in the gazebo. You can be working the area. You could be sitting next to them in a director's chair talking. Whatever you want, the entire scene is up to you. What would you be doing to be getting on the scene, to be doing the investigation? And do not all speak at once. I know it's a big step. And it's a little bit like crazy. Never mind. Priya.
No, hello. This is a set. This is a set. Hello. This is Priya's, playground. Are you kidding me? So no, she's absolutely going to be sitting in a chair next to the director, having a chit chat, mingling, moseying around. Need to know everybody,
Nandi turns towards you, and what have you been discussing so far? Since the camera now pans to your right, and we see that you're in the chair, someone's like, "Oh, Priya's in the chair. What's happening?"
Let's see. Thus far, I feel like we've been discussing somewhat mundane things. I've been asking about the shots and the concept, and how's the shoot been going so far, and all that kind of stuff. Just been kind of warming up the audience a little bit. You can't just start like asking the serious questions until you've kind of developed a rapport. So she is doing that.
Nandi leans over to her and goes, "The thing I really like the most is how, even without the camera saying it, the color that comes from that perfume is perfection. I don't know what they did, but it really just radiate. It's incredible.
It's
I want to capture it on camera, but I don't even think our camera lenses are good enough anymore."
No, this technology is absolutely incredible. Do you know anything about the perfume or where it came from or anything like that?
I'm just a director. I'm simply given an item, and my whole point is to show how things work, not to investigate into anything like that.
Of course.
Later on, I'll be giving investigate role. Feel free to ask any questions to specify what that means.
Okay.
Who wants to go next? All right, Venus, let's hear it.
Yeah. How much does Venus remember about any of this, if she remembers anything at all?
She remembers the names of the people, and yet anyone that speaks to her, they don't remember her. So maybe she'd only seen.
Okay. It was Nandi, and then what was the other director's name?
Kubert, the producer.
What's the first name?
Kubert is his first name.
Oh, how do you spell that?
Cubert.
And last name?
Nosek. Nosek.
Okay. Okay.
I know it's a bit of a big ask.
Yeah. No, I was preparing for the entrance, and we just skipped over it, so I'm a little bit flat-footed.
I apologize.
Yeah, Mo, did you have something ready to go?
I think Joe has something ready to go, right, Joe?
Oh, you're muted, Joe.
Yes. Nice. Yes, Joe. Yes, nice. Yes.
Okay, and so that's what I do. Okay, I would like to be where the bottle is because I would like to get a scent, a very strong imprint of the scent. I'm trying to see if the color itself has a distinct scent that the wolf can pick out.
All right, I like it. I like it. So where would you like that place to be? Would it be holding part of the sound bar to keep things
Well,
going down? Would it
I
be like
imagine
makeup?
I imagine there's like a prop area, right, where
Mm-hmm.
they bring the bottle for the film, and then when they're not shooting, everything's put back. That's where I want to be. I want to be where that
All
bottle is
right.
gonna be.
There is like a case. It's it's sealed. Like
Sure.
it's kept on lock and key because they're like, we don't want people to steal the perfume and
Mm.
make £1 million off it, with dollars off
Mm-hmm.
it, without things going on. But that doesn't stop someone like you being close by, because that's your
Mm-hmm.
skill. That's when you get up. So you will be amongst the prop crew, and you will have access to the prop. So you will get a chance to even look at the box. You may
Okay.
not be able to get access to it because it's
Okay.
kept on
Right.
lock and key,
Sure.
but you get there. And the person keeping the lock and key is Padma, who is
Okay.
the costumer and designer for everything else. So she comes. So we have a shot of her in the prop area, signing everything away, waving at people, passing things over to go from other things. And we have another shot of her reaching in, grabbing like the box that it comes with, taking out a key that she has, and opening it to flip it open to grab that specific perfume, which she holds up. And in that shot, we see that you're in that same location. And she personally takes it and puts it on the table for Julieta to use. So between her, the box, and Julieta are the spaces you can go to get for that. And that aside, Rose, Mo, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead and so is the entire film crew just those 6 people, or are there more
There are
than that?
multiple people everywhere, but they don't matter. Only
Mhm.
these 6 people matter. We've seen 3 of them so far. There's 3 more to go.
Mhm. Um I okay. I would Adam have shared the thing about Padma Kent?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to try and pull some information from some of the staff that aren't those 6 people. I want to
Mm-hmm,
try
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and just kind of um maybe like wander over by like the food table and just like some key grip, just pull them off from the herd and corner them.
Oh, that
Uh
sounds pretty good.
and just kind of as as finesse as possible, kind of push them on what they know about what happened to Padma.
So for the shot that we have that showcases you, you will have you basically standing by the. We'll have a shot of you going up to the food court, looking at someone and smiling, and then next time the camera comes to you, you're surrounded by an entourage of people,
Mm.
because that's the kind of person Venus is, where
Mm-hmm.
she's like, oh well, yes, coming more. Is that fair?
Yeah, yeah. We'll say like somehow like there wasn't even wine being served, but suddenly she has a glass of wine in
Just a
hand.
glass of wine in her hand, and like
Yeah,
someone
it's
walks past, and it's like, what?
she
Is she
just
doing?
materializes it. No one mentioned that she's not actually Styx; she's actually Dionysus. Um, just materializing wine. Um,
Whatever she feels like.
and just like yeah, laughing, chatting, and then like she kind of does the like shifting it from like oh light and airy and then to kind of like a hushed whisper of oh it's such a shame that happened to Padma. What's the dish on that?
Nice. Get back to you for your role after we get the last scene. Right, Mo. Where do we see Adam?
Adam
Big
is
bulking, big muscle Adam.
Adam is looking for the producer.
Oh, the producer is in the main seats
Mm-hmm.
next to the director, and also Priya for that matter. Or do you want to get the director on his own? The producer on his own.
Is Nandy the producer?
Nandi's the director. Kubert is
Is
the
the
producer.
producer? Okay, I'm looking for one of the 6 that we haven't met yet.
Oh,
se-
we
who
haven't
seems
seen
who seems to be in charge-ish.
we haven't seen Suli, the scripting and writing expert. We haven't seen the sound, let's call lead, Sandra, and we haven't seen the location scouter, Abdul. Any of those three will be good for you. We've seen 3 so far. Those are the 3 that are left.
I go up to the Sandra.
All right, so let's have the shot where we have Sandra in the booth listening in carefully, sort of being careful, getting the shots and recording and making notes. And it's all coming on tapes and reels, so she has to listen in me to make sure she's got it all right. And she has her own little like booth, like little like trailer thing. And listening to it carefully. And she'll like pause and takes a deep breath as they go to commercial. And she takes off her headphones and she takes a break up and she sort of turns up and she looks over at you and she sort of smiles. It's like, hello there.
You using the Marantz 457 over there?
457? What am I, made of money? My budget doesn't go that high.
Then why are you pointing it like that from that distance?
Well, it's the only way to catch it from the reflection of the grass going up from the back. Can't go around it any other way. But more importantly, how do you know that?
Oh, I'm a investigative reporter, and sometimes you need more than a quote to get things through the court of law when people contest what was said.
Sounds fantastic. She cocks out and goes, I'm Sandra Byrne. Nice to meet you.
Adam.
All right.
We geek out about sound equipment.
As you geek out sound equipment, game time. Okay, everyone. Getting in was not a problem. We skipped that step. We're going straight to you are in the set and you will meet these people. Everyone gets one role that they want to do to either investigate or change the game or change the situation they're in. Currently, you are in the set. Nothing bad has happened yet. But it's up to you what you do, and you get one role to see if you can find information or do an investigate, whatever you want to do. Whatever is up to your fancy. Whatever moves you think apply. Who would like to go first? All right, Rose. What is Venus doing as she has got the people around her?
Yeah, I want to get a little bit of backstory on who this Padma character is, and is there? And I'm sorry, is Padma Kent and Grand Padma Park?
Padma Abrams.
Padma Abrams.
Padma Abrams.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's all good.
You said Kent.
Did I say Kent? I'm a dumbass. Ignore me. I meant Padma Abrams. Ken is the name of the villain that you're going to fight later. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
And is there any connection to Grand Padma Park, or are those spelled differently? Ah,
that's the same spelling.
Interesting. So yeah, finding out about who Padma Abrams is, what happened to them, and kind of their connection to the group. Does the group have a name?
They do not have a name that is mostly co-twisted with them, but they are known as the. Oh, I should probably give them a name for that. I did not give them
like a production
company
I'm gonna make one or something like that.
Yes, they are part of All Productions, but that was the
Productions.
name of the productions. They don't have. They should have a name for the group. There's 6 of them. You know what? You can make it up. Screw it. I'm a GM. I can do what I want.
All Productions works.
All Productions works. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, All Productions. That's all I wrote down. I didn't have a name for them. I should have given them one.
Mhm.
Either way, All Productions are there. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that would be a investigate roll.
Yeah, hit me.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a moment here.
Take your time.
So how to do that? I think I can probably use a name with renown.
Yep.
Could I use as fluid as the night?
I cannot. Oh no! I know. I'll give it to you today.
Okay.
I think that's fair. I think in this case that applies.
And infinite knowledge along my shores.
I cannot give you that.
Okay. I'll take 2. Okay. Oh, okay. So it was a name with renown.
Drum roll, please.
Fluid as the night. Investigate. And that gives me a 9.
Okay, good news. You have power 2, so you can ask 2 questions. However, I will choose one of those options, either it leads to danger, clues, everything's fuzzy, or whatever. I can ask you a question as well.
Okay.
So let's have your 2 questions, and then I'll hit you with the counter.
Yeah. So How'd she get burned? How'd she get burned?
How'd you burn? How'd you get burned?
Sorry, just gonna channel Nick Cage for a minute.
On sets about 2 years ago, they were filming a running commercial for shoes, generic Nike commercial, everything else like that. And the director and producer had this idea that they should have them run between two pillars of fire that light up as they go along.
Which producer was
Yep.
this?
This was Kubert,
Okay.
the same producer from this, and Nandi. The director and the producer had this idea that should run between the two fires. When the run had started and they had had to go through, the pyrotechnics that hired specifically to get that done had been in there pushing buttons to make sure it's all right. And although she wasn't part of that crew, she was part of costuming. So she was making sure everyone had the right gear on and could actually have like asbestos clothes and everything else. And she was nearby when one of the canisters fell over and exploded. She had put her hand up and it had burnt this whole part of her hand to her back, and then she turned and another one had gone off and burnt the other part of her back. So just around the shoulder blades had been horribly burned. The production company shut down for a year after that, and they only recently came back. She is still part of the crew. She doesn't seem to be holding a grudge. Everything seems to be about the same.
Is Padma around? Like
Padma is around
on set?
Yes, she is on sets. But first, what's your second question?
Second question is there a connection between Grand Padma Park and Padma Abrams?
This comes to you a little bit surprising. So at first, you're wondering if there was some kind of connection, something that would make sense, something that would look them all together. And two of the other people you're talking to like giggle a little bit on the side, sort of try to be careful, and they reveal to you that Abdul chose the location. Abdul being the location scouter.
What's Abdul's last name?
Abdul Rahman Harrodson. Yeah, I have a 3-bar name. That's how I roll. We don't mess about.
Okay. And
Abdul, the reason why Abdul chose the location is because of the name. They wanted to bring Padma back, and they wanted to show they cared a lot. In fact, they give a rumor going, Abdul really, really, really likes Padma. Like really likes Padma a lot. And they think that's kind of Abdul trying to get an in and figuring out how to get to Padma and get her to talk and all of that.
Okay.
That's what you pick up from there. I have chosen 2 things from the list. Don't worry about it. It will come up later.
Of course.
Because why would it come up now? It's silly. All right. That's you sorted out for what you know. Team, what about the rest of you?
Still thinking, Mo, or should I go?
I want to know. I want to talk to Sandra about who booked this with the client.
That sounds fair. I think in your case, this is gonna be a convince. Because you are directly going to something being like, tell me more about information. See what you know. And she might have a bit of leeway of what she wants the media to say. So give me a convince roll and we'll play it out.
Okay. I'm going to check. I'm gonna check memorable face.
I'll give it to you.
Because she works in commercials, so she's pliable that way. And yeah, that's the one.
All right, that sounds good to me. Make the roll. Let's see what you get. Oh, that's a 12.
Look at that.
So she would take a status of 1 from you if she refused to give it in, or she will change her agenda to fit yours. So she leans forward and you kind of interest her in like the idea of what's been said and everything else. She has no reason to hold this bit back and she has nothing that private to give up. So what would you like to ask her? Let's play it out. As she
Um,
puts things down, and she puts like on her shoulders, and she's like, "Tell me more." But Lloyd will put it back on because he can't hear you.
I say, how'd you get to working with these slime balls?
She freezes at once, and she narrows her eyes, and she goes, "I understand that we all have a bit of banter, but I would like to ask you to refrain from referring to my co-workers as slime balls."
I don't mean your coworkers. I mean your clients.
You mean Erin Kent?
Yeah.
Oh, and she relaxes a bit more, and she goes,
I
"No
say,
idea.
you're,
I don't."
I'm quite a fan of you and your coworkers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really like that
You like
sanitizer
us?
commercial.
Name your
That
favorite
outside.
advert.
The sanitizer one.
That was genius, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know I had to match the tinging of sound on every time he touched it to the video itself, and also manually add that tape in each thing every single time. Ridiculous work. Far too complicated. You couldn't capture on sound, so I had to literally go home, grab a little bell, and go bing every single time to get it in. But thank you so much for noticing my perfect
I
work.
never would have noticed. It seems seamless.
Thank you. Aaron Kent say Aaron Kent gave us work when we didn't have any. We were short. Things weren't exactly looking good for all productions. Since the accident, things haven't been great for us. Most people blame the pyrotechnics. We had a person down. Nandi just refused to work or get anything involved with it. Nothing was going great. And Aaron Kent came, and I guess my estimate is that they offered Nandi a lot of money to get this done. Like a lot of money. Like an unbelievable amount of money for him to get back into commercials. And I kind of thought the work was done. I'd actually split up and started finding my own work to do. But then he got the crew together and insisted that we could do a few more and see what it was like. And we've been rising ever since. We owe Aaron Kent a lot for getting us here. I don't know about the company. You're a journalist. You know more about anything else, but they've been good for me. And they've been good for me the entire time.
Listen, our first priorities are eating and paying our bills. I totally respect somebody who is just doing a job. Um, I also know that sometimes we have to compromise. And
Speaking,
probably the less you know, the better.
well, speaking of compromising, I'd like to ask if you could do me a favor.
What's that?
Don't don't bother the two kids about this. They're young. Abdul and Padma, they're the youngest of our crew. They've been with us a few years. They're not really keen and heavy on this kind of stuff. You should probably just let them just vibe, all right?
Oh, thanks. Um, would you be around if I had some audio issues of my own that
Always.
I needed sometimes you get a good confession and there's like a air conditioning unit in the background and it you just.
That sounds incredible. Can you afford my rates?
Um,
She reaches up and she grabs the door and then she slowly closes it on your face.
what are your rates?
She goes, "Can't afford me," and she closes it completely. It's a joke, clearly, what she's doing with it, but
Mhm.
she's very clear. Like, if you want to get
We're
that
done.
in,
Yeah.
we're done with the conversation here.
Yeah.
All right, that's two down. We got two more to go.
Do you have something? Or shall I go?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. I am waiting for a moment to approach Padma as she's handling the perfume.
Mhm.
I kind of just want to strike up a conversation. This is Jacob's attempt
To
at
socialize.
being social and flirting. Um, Jacob, not the wolf. Jacob is personable. Jacob's a nice guy.
Okay.
He's just making himself visible from the crowd. He's standing kind of within Priya's eye line, and as she's coming back and forth and handling the prop, Jacob is just, "Hey, do you like what you do?"
I love that approach. That's great. Hi, nice to meet you. Are you good? She turns up and she's wearing these really thick glasses as she's like reading a few things. And she stops and she takes it off and she looks up towards you and she's like, sorry?
I know this is weird. It's just you kind of have a look about you. It's you don't see it much these days. You kind of see it with people who enjoy what they do, and just notice that on your face, and just something in me just had to ask. I'm sorry. I'm Jacob. You can just
Oops.
ignore that question.
No, it's fine. I'm Padma. Nice to meet you.
Padma. Oh, like the
Yeah.
park. Are you rich?
She sort of stops and holds her head and she sighs. She goes, "No, not like the park at all. It's just where I am, I guess. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm rich, but I do my job and I get paid, and that's what matters.
Are you happy?
I'm sorry. That's a hard question to ask me in the middle of a set. I'm like 3 costumes down. I'm trying to make these ladies look good. Do I need? I don't.
There must be something about this job that keeps you coming back to it.
And she's like, and she started looking a little bit flustered. Make me a convince roll.
Okay. May I tag interviewing and interrogation?
I don't think I can give you interrogation on this one.
Okay.
I feel. Oh no, it's interviewing and interrogation. I'll go on and pack it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Because this is the claims I'm reading the person kind of thing.
That is fair. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Okay. And then this is just a convince, was it? Convince?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to see if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else I would tag. Let's go with that.
That is a 6. That is a failure.
Okay.
All right. So she's like, I don't. I guess I like my job. I like being here. I just like working. Nandi's good to me. It's good work. It pays well. My costumes are the best I could do.
Padma. Who are you trying to convince?
Oh, that's not fair. I'm trying. And she looks a little bit flustered and she's like, I don't even, I just want to do a good job. Is that so hard? I just, I, I just wanted to do a good job. I'm sorry, excuse me. And then she gets up and then she walks off.
Perfect. Does she leave the item unattended for a moment?
She leaves the item on the table.
Okay. I would like to investigate this item. Do I need a key to open the box?
No, she left the key on the table too.
All right. I'm going to open the box. And I want to see if I can get a trace or a sniff of what makes the perfume
open
special.
the box and you have it directly in front of you. And you're about to take a deep breath when you hear the door behind you close. You turn around, there is a man standing there, fairly young, about maybe 23, 24, looking at you with murder in their eyes. And they look at you and they say, outside right now.
Why?
Outside right now, he says. And he opens the door and you can see there's about maybe like 2 or 3 other people there as well. And they're looking in at the same time. You're not meant to be here. Come outside right now.
Okay. I'm gonna walk with the box in my hands and the perfume in my hand.
You're holding up your hands like, drop that. That's not for you. Put it down. Outside.
Okay. I'm gonna put the box down and then the perfume down. And as I put the perfume down, I'm gonna spritz it.
This is a spray.
Yeah.
Excellent. You catch the whiff directly into your nose. Face danger, please.
Okay. May I tag Wolf's Instincts?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, let me reset. Okay, and Wolf's Instincts.
All right. Although it's the second time it's happened to you, there was a bit where everything got a little bit woozy, and the wolf was kind of like, "Hey, dog, what's up? When I come out, when I come out, have fun every time. Yeah, what's up? Yeah." The wolf was like, "Yo, yo, 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 we busting. Yo, we
Yep.
busting. Yo, wolf was coming out. I was like,
Nope, down,
get back in there. It was
down.
strong, but you got the sense." And he's like, "Outside now."
Sorry. I was just talking to. I'm. No trouble. No trouble. I'm out.
All right. As you get down the stairs and you go in, he's gonna basically push you forward. Like, what were you doing? What were you talking to her about? What are you talking to her about? What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you do? He swings.
He swings.
He swings. He straight
Okay.
up just swings, like right on the spot.
Okay.
No questions asked. Just swings.
Jacob's gonna take the punch.
All right. Just no penalty or anything like that for now. I'll give you the penalty in a minute. He swings, he hits it, you go down, and he's like, "I don't want to see your face here again. I don't want to see your face here again. I don't want to see your face here again. I've said it 3 times. If I see you, you're fucking dead." And then he
I'm gonna
drops.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it and do your thing first. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he?
He's gonna grab he's got what looks like a napkin, like a towel over his shoulder. He's gonna drop it on your face, like just chuck it down at you in anger.
Okay.
And he's about to walk away.
Awesome. I'm gonna say to him, if you really care about her, get her out of here.
He turns around and goes, "Man, you." And then he walks away. The other people around the area look at this happen, and then they're all like, "Oh," and sort of like walks in. Jacob, you have the tag on site.
On site.
On site. It is on site for you. You have a tag at level 3.
Oof.
Can Venus see where Padma has run off to?
Yes, you see Padma runs off. She goes to the ladies' bathroom, ladies' toilet. She goes to the facilities.
Venus is gonna kind of nonchalantly come up to Priya and just kind of whisper in her ear, "You might want to check on that, darling."
Priya just kind of like gives a tiny little nod, and we'll turn back to the director who's been sitting next, and she will say, "Please excuse me for a minute."
Absolutely, please go on. It's all fine. I know you have to do your whatever that is you're doing.
Thank you.
Side note: did you want to make an investigate roll with him about questions you were asking before you go do this?
Ooh, how about I just make the roll, and then we see what shakes out.
That sounds great. I love it when we do that. That's my favorite part. Throw some dice down. Let's make some horrible things happen to people.
Let's investigate. I'm trying to see what tags I can use. Can I use careful eavesdropping?
Yeah, I'll give it to you because you're Linton and both talk about side. So yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Let's see. Can I also tag ooh, what can I do? Charmingly trustworthy.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And beautiful smile?
No, I can't make you use beautiful off of the investigate roll.
Okay, fine.
All right, that is 2, and there's danger, fuzzy, incomplete, or they get to ask a question of you. So carry on.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna read that really quick to refresh my memory. Okay. Let's see. Honestly, I'm struggling to know what to ask the director of anything, so I think for now I'm gonna go.
It can be a generalized question because you're investigating, you're speaking to the director, so people come and go and talk to the director a lot.
Right.
So it's easier for you to get that in.
Does anyone else have any suggestions? I'm blanking.
Most commercial. Go
I
on then.
I really want to know if any of these people are dreamers. But I don't know if there's a good way to ask that right now from this side.
Are you dreamers? Lol. It's not gonna be that easy to ask.
No. And like I tried to like kind of talk about the perfume. He was like, I don't know anything about the perfume, and I was like, okay, so you don't know anything about the perfume.
I think the big question, the meta question. This is amongst players. I don't know how Adam gets this to you, but Nandi essentially got bailed out by the
Aaron
perfume company, Aaron Kent, when they were down in their luck, and kind of what that deal was. And you know, you have to translate because everything Adam says has to do with like essentially who made the deal with the devil around here, and it's sounding like Nandi.
Interesting. And I was speaking to the other director, not Nandi, right?
You were hanging out with Nandi and Kubert, the
Nandi
producer.
and Kubert.
Oh, I'm hanging out with both. Okay.
Yeah. Kubert's like, hi, I'm here too. I'm relevant. I got plot.
Well, I will. How can I best phrase that? I will ask them both. But I will say, well, it seems like you're both very close with the foundation.
Nandi's like looks away to not say anything. Kubert's like, actually, yeah, I guess we are, aren't we, Nandi? And he's like,
That's so wonderful.
what are you asking? He says. And also, I'm asking, what are you asking? Because you just said, I guess you're too close. I mean, like, is that the question? Then
I
yes.
I guess I'm kind of like trying to take that bit that Mo gave, where it's like, who made the deal with the devil, and what does that deal look like?
Nandi goes, Aaron Kent made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and they gave me the opportunity to see my work in a light that I'd never seen before. And I could not say no to that. And now I have been given a blessing thanks to the incredible work they've done to make this the way it is. I insisted on using my own crew, and they said yes. They just wanted me to work on more commercials. So that's what I did. It's been a hard day's work, but I've got it done.
That's wonderful. I'm very happy.
And if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be here today. Is that all you want to ask? Or do you want to save your question for later? You have one more investigate question to ask.
I'll hold on to it.
Maybe go talk to Padma and ask her stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was
not just yet. Not just yet. For those of you who don't know, I have the microphone literally next to my face, and so I keep getting closer and closer like this. You're about to go, and Julieta comes up, and Julieta's like,
oh, hello, darling.
Darling, mwah, mwah, darling, sweetie, am I doing great? I'm doing great, aren't I? I'm amazing. It's fantastic. And he waves, and she's like, Director, I'm taking 5, like you said. Like, no problem. I'll see you in a bit. And she goes out to get some food, and Nandi's like, it's been fine having her. She was the best out of the audition, but she wasn't the great, fantastic commercial lady that was on TV recently, though, is she, Priya? Tell me something, Priya. If you were doing her job, would you do it better?
Out of character. Priya kind of like shifts very uncomfortably in her seat, because she doesn't really like want to like upstage her friend. Like this is not ideal, but also this is showbiz. And
this is showbiz. This is also showbiz.
Yeah, with a mystery perfume that does weird stuff. So she's kind of like, well, what was the script again? And she picks up a script and she looks at the stuff.
He actually like takes the script and he puts it down and he hands you his own personal one. It goes, if you can do better, please tell me now. I need to know. Can you? Can you do better?
I think that's very difficult for you to make me judge myself against her, but I could show you what I would do.
All right, then. Let's film an episode. She's busy. Do it right now.
God, okay. Ha! Sorry.
This
the
feels like a
yelling was
face
out of
danger
character.
roll.
I was just like so. The stress was so real that I had to go. Ah!
I'm so sorry. Side note. I like to apologize. Remember, Priya, if you want to X card, this is a bit uncomfortable.
No, this is great. This is in character stress. It's great.
Okay.
The Priya is stressed. The Leona is not. So Priya will be like, yeah, okay, and she like does the thing, straightens up her outfit, dusts herself off, and walks to be in front of the camera. I assume there's a perfume bottle there.
Yes, there is. But also no, it's not there because like they're not on the set. Everything's been cleared for the break, but some of the extras are there, so just want to see what you look like, looking like you're having a great time with perfume.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll kind of do like I mean, I'll give him my best version of an audition, right? I've kind of watched this take I've watched the same take a couple of times, so I'll kind of do my own version of like.
No need to roll. I'm gonna say that you're just better.
Oh God, okay. I like
Because-
hold my hands up and pose in like this like beautiful way. I like show off the perfume, like.
And he's like, and Nisa goes, ladies and gentlemen, I think we found the new face of Erin Kent.
That feels like a bit of a stretch. I mean, I didn't audition for this at all.
Meanwhile, Venus is like, go, please. He's like, tell you what, I'll be nice to you. You don't have to film this commercial. But here's my number. Here's my card. And this is the next one we're filming. Think about it. In fact, if you want to just do this one, I won't stop you.
I wouldn't want to step on Juliana's toes.
That's not what I said. This is showbiz. It's all about stepping on toes. And I don't want to let talent go to waste.
Venus is gonna pop in and just kind of gently,
like, I'm coming to save you.
Gently lay a hand on Priya's shoulder and say, "I'm sorry, but I'm her agent, and I would like to see this contract in writing before any deals are made. Her talent is indispensable and will not be given out for anything other than the best rates."
Have I introduced you to my agent yet?
Nandi looks you up and down.
Charmed.
Goes, silly! And someone runs in, the final person comes in. Contract now. On your what's it called? Give me an address and I'll send it to it.
Yes,
in fact,
you
let's
can.
not waste time. Sully, stop what you're doing. We're writing a contract right now. I want her.
24-hour negotiating period. We'll get this deal worked out. Here's my card. She pulls it out of her clutch, hands it to the contract
throws
guy.
it, Sully doesn't even care. Doesn't even give a damn. Just throws it, Sully. Eyes are just on Priya.
She still has her wine glass in hand and goes, "I'm terribly sorry to say this. I'm feeling a little unwell. Is there somewhere quiet I could sit down and rest for a moment?"
Yeah, what's called? Nandi's like, Kubert's like, you around the corner maybe. There's the ladies' room. There's also the gazebo if you want to rest there. And he's just giving options where you want to go. Is there a place you want to go?
Somewhere quiet and out of the way. She's going to flag down Adam on the way. And if Adam breaks off from what he's doing, she's going to kind of lay a hand on his elbow and whisper in his ear, "I would like to take a look at things from the other side. Can you keep an eye on my mortal coil for a moment?"
Certainly.
Thank you, darling.
Adam is happy to not skulk around.
All right. We'll deal with the dream walk in a minute. Let's deal with the scene that Priya is going to go see Sandra first. because we want to make sure we establish that, and then we know where everyone is, and then we can dream walk and be like, whoa! All right, Priya, are you gonna go see Sandra?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's who I was going to see. I feel
Yes,
like
before I go, I distracted you. I
Or
was
it
like,
wasn't Sandra. She was
Yeah,
going
it
to
wasn't
go into
Sandra,
the
it was
bathroom to
Padme.
check Padma.
Padma.
Yeah,
Padma.
oh, sorry,
Padma.
That's
Padma,
what I was
not
like.
Sandra.
The end of
I
the
am-
name, but
Listen, I have a list of 6 people. And when I said 6 last week, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I made a mistake.
You could have
I
just
made a
said not
mistake.
6 people.
I could have.
Retcon is
I-
You could have said
but it was
2.
Too late. Too late. I'd already put it up there. We can't go back. Listen, I'm a professional. Can we just edit out the part where I made a mistake? Yeah, I'm gonna go see Padma.
yes, Padma in the
Listen,
bathroom.
editor.
Running,
Okay.
running away from this situation and going to see Padma in the bathroom.
All right. Padma's in the bathroom and she is staring at the mirror, and she's just staring at it. She's not crying. She's clearly caught herself and she's just staring at the mirror.
Padma, right?
She turns towards you. She's like,
Are you alright?
oh, fine. Do I know you?
Oh, I'm friends with them. Oh my goodness, now I'm having trouble keeping up with the names. Who's my friend again?
Nandy.
Julieta. Or
Julieta,
Nandi.
not Andy, not Andy,
Julieta.
Julieta. I'm friends with Julieta. I just saw you run in here and I thought I would check on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm fine. I'm just a little. I'm okay.
Okay. Sir,
But
sir,
thank you.
is there
Sorry.
anything I can do for you? What happened?
I just had someone come up and they were just very confrontational,
Oh,
and I just wasn't really ready for it.
oh my. Oh dear. Well, I'm so sorry that happened.
I know it's just men, right?
Men, honestly.
Just can't
Um,
do anything without someone telling you what to do every time.
Oh, that's just how men are, aren't they? So rude and overpowering. And here, darling. And she like opens up her purse and she's kind of got like a makeup compact in there, and she goes,
Oh my god, thank you.
"A little bit of makeup always helps, right?"
Yeah, she takes off her glasses and she tucks it away, and she's like, oh god, I'm a mess.
No, here, let me. I got you. And
Oh, thank
she'll
you.
like help touch her up a little bit and do what she can. And
How am I gonna find a man in this town if I can't stop crying like this? Like my makeup is completely ruined. How am I gonna my foundation? I need this.
oh, I know. Listen, finding a man who thinks you're beautiful when you cry, but prefers seeing you smile.
I prefer a man with a big paycheck, but if it feels crying, we'll have to do.
That's a good point, I guess.
Listen, girls gotta eat.
No, it's true. It's true. No point crying if you can't eat, I guess, or something.
She's very clearly joking as she's saying this. She's not for the audience. She's not like, yeah, give me that gold digger. Like, but she's clearly having a laugh, and she's like, I'm sorry,
No, for sure.
I just
Yeah.
needed a minute to just sort of make
Oh.
myself feel.
Of course, and like Priya's obviously kind of like somewhat joking along with her, like, yes,
Mhm.
yes, of course, food over crying, right? Like,
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Priya,
I'm Padma.
Padma, it's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What do you do on set? Your props, right?
Costuming.
Costuming. I'm so sorry. There's so many
Not-
people.
I mean, I can. I do
also
also do props, but I'm mostly costuming. I get the clothes right. I get the era right.
Of course. Trust me, I appreciate all of my costume designers. There's been a lot of new names and faces today, like the one of the directors.
No, Kubert or
Padma,
Nandi? Nandi's the director. Kubert's
Padma,
the.
Nadi, Kubert. Yes, lots of new names. Lots of
I
new
know.
names, lots of new faces.
I apologize. I hope everything goes better than it was before.
Well, same for you. Sounded like you were very frustrated. Not just with whoever this random person was. Has everything been all right on set? Is there anything I can do to help?
Nothing that I can't fix myself. Thank you very much for asking, though.
Okay. And out of character, I think I would like to spend a question here just to kind of.
Yeah, go and do it.
She mentioned like it seemed like it was a consistent theme of like people telling her what to do, and I'm like curious to know more about what that friction is.
All right. So, what's the question you'd like to ask?
What is she really upset about? Because I don't think it's just Jacob.
She doesn't mention it, but when she's like, "Where can I find a man to be careful?" Like that joke, she sort of sighs and she rolls her eyes a little. She seems to be mostly upset because someone in her life can't seem to just approach her and ask her how she really feels and
Oof.
just assumes what she feels.
Oof.
And that's really irritating for her. Like, she's like, if you can't come fucking talk to me, what's the fucking point?
Is she dating someone on the set?
They're not dating,
Oh.
but someone
Dancing.
likes to think that they are.
Ah. I wonder who.
So one of those, like, you know what? You haven't technically asked me out. I don't see why you're treating me like we're girlfriends and boyfriends.
Mm.
That's the problem she has.
Is it a little
Kubrick?
more property than
It's not
relationship?
property than relationship. That's the problem. You see, they're like, Clay. Clay. She's crying because she's like, I'm frustrated by this because they don't have the courage to ask me out. But I wouldn't mind them doing it. But the way they're going around it, a little bit wrong, and I'm kind of tired of it. And I just want them out of my life at the moment. I'm just quite sick of it. And that's the problem she's having.
Who is it?
What do you mean by who is it?
I mean, come on. It was the kind of the way you rolled your eyes talking about a man. Is it Kubrick? I'm teasing.
No, it's not Kubrick.
I'm teasing. Who is it?
It's a duel.
A duel.
Yeah.
Really?
Look, I know he loves location scouting. He thought it'd be really nice that we got this park. Everything else tied to my name, everything between getting the set, getting the gazebo. I'll make a romantic gesture, but you know what? He hasn't actually asked me out. He's just said he's asking me out. And I don't like if he thinks that we're kind of maybe not or is going out. I just like to be asked.
Do you want
I
me
just
to
wish-
talk to him? I can talk to Abdul for you.
No, hold on. Make me a convince roll.
Oh, okay. Please hold.
And then once you're done with that, then we'll jump to Rose, and then we'll jump to Joe, then we'll jump to Mo.
No,
Most
no.
likely-
This
Go on.
whole arc needs to be about saving this relationship now.
No, stop the game. This relationship is
This
saving.
has become. We have become invested.
All right. What would you like to put on her as a status if she says no? Because that will
Oh,
decide whether she'll do it or not.
owes me a favor. Like, she feels guilty that she turned me down. She owes me a favor.
She's gonna take that because she is not that kind of woman who's like, I want someone else to solve my problems for me.
Fair
She's
enough.
like, I need
That
to
kind of
solve this
seems like the
myself.
problem she's having is someone trying to solve her problems for her.
Respect. Solidarity. It's all feminism here.
She's like, this is something I just need to look. If I can survive nearly having my skin burnt off, I can survive this. I just need to get it done. But thank you.
Oh gosh, skin
I'll
burnt
be right-
off. Do I
Yeah.
know about that?
You've heard about the project.
Okay.
You've heard about there's an accident, but you don't know anything about how bad it is.
Hmm.
And she's like, don't worry about it. Accident happened years ago. I'm fine. Why
Is-
don't you?
Is there physical evidence of the burn marks?
If it is, like I said, it'll be on her back.
Oh, you said it was along her arms too.
Oh, sorry, I meant to go like that.
Oh, okay, so shoulder blades.
Well, it would be nice if my camera didn't make me disappear every time I did it. Okay,
Shoulder blades.
Yes, thank you. Shoulder blades.
Okay.
Got it. So Priya will nod and she'll say, "Well, hey, us girls gotta look out for each other. I got your back if you need anything, okay?"
Thanks. I'll be out in a minute. I just need a minute to catch my breath. And if you see some guy looks kind of weedy, looks like a showman salesman kind of thing, could you just I don't know, just tell him to piss off.
Got you.
Thank you. Rose,
Yes.
would you like to enter the dreaming?
Absolutely. Ideally somewhere with a closed door, just kind of able to like, oh yes, sorry, I'm just getting a migraine and need somewhere dark and quiet and pop over to the other side.
All right. Face danger, please.
Of course. One moment, please. Is this
The danger-
supernatural
the
danger I should be facing?
This is dream danger.
Okay.
As you appear, as you will slip into the dreaming, you are entering a domain that you are not ready for, and the domain is going to try to reject you, or at the very least, put you in a state that you're not prepared.
I'm going to tag Blessing of Invulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Even the gods fear me.
Mm-hmm.
And Fluid as the Night, if that's all right.
I can't give you fluid as a knight
Okay,
in this case.
that's fine.
Specifically because how they
Can I tag
working.
Dreamwalking?
You can definitely tag dreamwalking.
Okay.
Would you like a weakness tag?
Let's go ahead and tag the Dream Eater.
Yeah, let's level that boy up.
Yep. So yep, tag that weakness.
I will now make the dream irrelevant for what you're about to do.
Okay, and then I need to face danger. You said.
Yeah, easy. You got this.
Yeah, no problem. That's never gone poorly.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. You're fine.
Easy.
All right.
Easy game, easy life.
So here's you don't get erased from existence.
Yay!
Here's the bad news.
This is
You
scary.
step into the dream and you can't close your eyes. Or at least you can close your eyes, but you can't stop the light. There is a bright beacon of light just flooding your senses, and it smacks into you as you come in the dream. It's almost like a reflex reaction for you to go and close your eyes. No, you don't really have eyes dreaming all that stuff.
Mhm.
You sort of lift your hand up, close your eyes to try and stop the light from getting in, and it's still getting in. It is really getting there now. Everything is like being seen through white and shapes.
Mhm.
The dream itself is a tag. The tag is blinded by the light. And until that tag is gone, it is going to work against you on every roll you make
Okay.
within the dreaming.
Yep.
That aside, you can move about, you can see, you can enter spaces within the dream. It's just hard to interpret what you see.
Can I try to change the game to kind of minimize this? To kind
How would you
of
like to do that?
enforce my will on the dream around me?
That sounds pretty good. Make the roll. You have a -4.
Whoo! Okay. Yeah, so let's reset that. Can I call on those who have passed to basically just, I'm going to step into it, get blinded, and then just get angry and start calling souls up to just be like, no, I have had enough of this, and kind of
Sounds
shove
good.
it out of the way.
Mark it as burned. You have a -1 to the roll.
Mhm.
Remember, you don't got anything else. You just go for what's there
Okay.
for a burn.
Okay. So that'll be just a net -1. Okay. And then go ahead and roll, change the game. That is an 8.
Oh, that's a great roll. All right. You can reduce the status by 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can create a story tag to stay up, or you can burn a story tag.
I'm gonna.
So the best you can reduce it down to 3.
Yeah, let's
is
go
the
with
best
that.
you can do.
Let's go with that. Is there a limit to how many times I can burn tags?
I know you can burn
Obviously,
as
I
many
can't
tags
burn
as
the
you
same
want.
tag twice, but
No, because it's burning.
I can just-
it's currently on fire.
I can just go full napalm on my
Yep,
tags.
you just go just tag them all down. Because
Sweet.
like the consequences, just do what you gotta do to survive.
Okay.
So you pull the souls up to try and get something, and they do come, but the light seems to basically extinguish them as they get up, and they get sent back to wherever it is that you pulled them from.
Mhm.
These souls that flow around you. Your vision is better, but it's not by much. It's enough that you can see that everything here is clouds.
Mm.
The motive of the area is nothing but clouds in every single spot.
Hmm.
And that seems where things go. You can move from cloud to another cloud to another cloud to another cloud to another
Mhm.
cloud. Most likely, you can see people gathered amongst the clouds, and it seems to be essentially like physical manifestation, like spiritual manifestations of the people in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are glowing white. Some of them are dimmed down a little bit. Some of them are just pure black. And it's scattered in between.
Can I recognize any of them?
Not with that -3, not with that blinded light.
All
That's
right.
the problem with it. You can see things around, but you can't tell.
Can I try to keep... Basically, I'm just going to sit there and just be very mad at this stupid light. And just be like, no, I am pulling the goddamn shades. And try and get rid of it.
Unfortunately, you can only make that roll once.
Okay.
You can't keep working on it at the moment.
Just keep
So
burning
this is you-
tags each time.
Yeah, you can't like burn tag. This is the best you've got to
Okay.
make it this far. If you want to try and get further in to identify people, I will give you a roll. You still have that -3.
Okay.
You can still function just on -3.
Yeah,
for the
I'm
roll.
going to work my way in and start trying to identify people. And the hope was maybe even try and see if I could reach the perfume from this side.
Which is great, which is fair. I'll tell you what, you can see one spot in the middle, and it's nothing but colors
Mm-hmm.
moving about, and that's the only thing that's not blinding white in the area. That's
Mhm.
just like moving. You can't see it, audience who are at home listening to the
Mhm.
podcast, but I'm moving my hands back and forth in a snake gesture, and that's what you see glowing in the distance. It's not that far. You could probably get to it.
All right, let's risk it.
All right, no roll needed.
Okay.
Describe how it looks like when you move to the dreaming.
Let's see. I think Venus is kind of moving almost like if you've seen how like water benders move in Avatar the Last Airbender, how they kind of like make these like bridges of water from place to place, but she's just made of water. And
Nice,
she's
nice,
just
nice,
kind
nice.
of bouncing from cloud to cloud doing that. And she is just this juxtaposition of this kind of dark water in this unbearably bright area. And yeah, she is just kind of making these arches and like pooling on one cloud just to bridge to the next one, and just kind of doing that over and over as she makes for that beacon of color.
All right. So, interesting thing happens when you get there. When you get there, it is this lovely little like mix of like flowing colors between each other. And that's when you just get there. You're still like, oh my eye. Okay, goddamn cameras. Oh, camera keeps cutting me out. The light. It's really hard to see, but you just about got it. But that's when you notice something else is there, and you turn to your left, and you can see there's a figure standing there. It's slightly glowing, but you can't make out what they look like. They seem to turn, and another figure appears there, but this figure is just pure black, like absolutely black all the way through. So you kind of make out what they look like, and that figure reaches up, and it touches the figure that is of a bit of light, and then it absorbs the color and the light from it, and you see it holding it. You see that person shaking and screaming as they hold onto it, and they suck the light out of them, and that person becomes pure black. And the person that was pure black has color within them, but you can't tell the color more than you can tell by their eyes, which are just glowing with the weird same shade as the color of the perfume. And that color of the perfume eyes turns towards you.
Venus just glares at it and then fucking bolts for the perfume.
I will make you wait. You are in control of the dreaming. You made your danger roll, and you order the penalty. You've been like keeping yourself up. You can just bolt yourself up. You're back in the real world.
Oh, I can't make a run for the. Oh, hang on. OBS just crashed.
Oh
hang
no!
On. Or just no, it didn't crash. It minimized. I'm sorry.
Okay,
that was
sorry.
very concerning.
Good.
I was like, where did my OBS go?
Sorry, I thought you're running. Are you not running out of there? Or are you running for the color? Or
I wanted to run for the color. And,
oh, cool! I love it.
Yeah. No, she needs that.
Are you gonna try and grab the color?
Yes. Grab it and then jump out.
Jump out. I think that is worth a chance,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's worth it. There's no like see something in this game, so I'm gonna say in this case, face danger and then just succeed. Oh no, take a risk.
Take a risk. Okay.
Take a risk.
Take a risk.
There we go. I
Okay.
knew there was something. I wasn't sure what it was. Take a risk.
All right. I'm gonna burn Blessing of Invulnerability.
Yeah.
And
I love that he's gonna burn all your abilities. Like screw it.
Yep. I mean, this is very much a I need to get out of here alive. So that'll be a net 0.
Yes, net 0.
Okay. That's a 5.
So good. Would you like to tell me which one of your mythos that you would like to mark 2 attention on?
Attention?
Yeah, you heard me. Oh, not attention. Sorry.
Fade?
No attention. Fade on. Yes, please. I'm letting you have the choice. I'll be nice.
Yeah. Death, but not for me.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, because that's what I was using when I got hit.
You reach out for the color, and they reach out for you, and you almost have it, but they get you, and you feel something starting to leave you. This feeling is a little too familiar.
Yep. Can I stab it in the eye with a soul sword?
Unfortunately, no.
As I go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't give you that. Screw you!
Just like a useless act of defiance. Give me that.
I'll be nice. Yeah, dude, I'll be nice.
Knife in the eye.
And then you can come back up. But hey, you only marked 2. I didn't let you mark 3. That's pretty good for me. As you wake up back to yourself, you feel yourself catching your breath, trying to make something sure to be something in there, but you feel like you've just almost lost something important to you in that instance.
Yeah.
And
is there a glow of
someone
white
else definitely did.
in her eyes as she comes out?
Yep.
Yep. You get to see that, Adam.
Yeah, I run over to you. And I say, you.
Oh, she's vomiting.
And then I say, don't die.
Just, yeah, so Venus comes to, immediately throws up, and just is like, hands and knees, panting, just shiver running down her spine, and she looks up at Adam and goes, "It's here."
And that's we're going to take our first 5-10 minute break, everybody. We'll see you all in 10 minutes. Take your time. Take your time.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
We're back in 10, and we will speak to you all in 10 minutes. See you in a bit. we're seeing cuts. Hi everyone. The scene cuts, and the first thing we see is one of the trailers parked out at the back. We have two nondescript characters who are talking amongst themselves and laughing and kind of like flirting a little bit. Sort of like in between each other. They've got like a few like papers and works on them, and they open a door to one of the trailers. And as they do, they pause and they look there. And both of them seem to be absolutely still. And as they're standing still, we cut to the inside of the trailer on the floor, passed out, eyes wide open, mouth agape with drool coming down, and looking like they're in a state of shock, is Kubert, the producer. The lady looking down screams dramatically. The scream echoes across the entire park. When the scene comes back, we have a whole bunch of the other crew surrounding Kubert, who is on the ground and still in that sort of state where their eyes are wide open and they seem to be shocked and they aren't responding to most things. If you were calling a few doctors, everyone sort of figures out what's going on with that. There's a few things around there, and eventually they leave him in his trailer and they close the door. The doctor says he's fine. He just seems to be in a state of shock. They aren't quite sure why. Nandi starts arguing that the shooting should still continue because they have limited daytime and things are bad. Some people are kind of in between, but he's insisting that we just keep going. He's desperate. He can't afford to lose things. That's what happens in the next like an hour or two to get down there. In the meantime, during that time, I'm going to give you all a downtime action of your choice. So your downtime action can be spent investigating what's going on, can be spent to recover burnt stats, can also be spent to ask those could get like juice for the next scene so you could use it against things if you think you're going up against something else. It's entirely up to you. I can list the choices in chat by just clicking the listing the downtime button so you can see them all there. You can give attention to your logos and mark attention to it. You can work the case. You can explore your mythos. You can prepare for your next activity, or you can recover from your last activity. Who would like to go first? And just a heads up, you can use this as things you've discovered outside of the area going in. So if you want to do like research on other people or things about that, you can do that to bring it in there. Oh?
I want to work the case,
Yeah!
and because that's what I do. I want to know all about the six and as much background information as I can get on them.
Fantastic. Tell me how you get this information.
I check in on another one of their clients who is not Aaron Kent, and I chat up the an assistant who is low paid, aspiring for more, probably looking for other jobs.
No problem. Do you want to also use your Whisper network?
That's what I said.
Oh, gotcha. All right. In which case, mark 3 clues, and you can ask me any questions, and I'll answer them based on what you said.
Do I have a sense that any of these people are dreamers?
Given the way the art has changed and their local clients compared to the previous clients, they say that their work has been beyond inspired.
That's right.
I don't know what it is, but tying everything together from costuming to location to acting to everything else, no one has seen anyone do work this vivid and this well in years.
This sounds
Most
familiar.
likely, this is something that a dreamer would be able to do. Someone who who has a muse, someone who understands and walks in the world of dreams. That's one.
My next question is, what was their relationship with Venus before?
You look directly into it, and it turns out Venus was hoping to sponsor them. Venus wanted them to break away from Aaron Kent and do some personal work for her. At first, you were wondering the personal work was for something like nefarious on Venus's side, but the more you look into it, the more it seems like Venus wanted them to wouldn't want just them; they wanted one of them, and they came as a package.
And is that Mr. Orr?
No, you don't know who exactly it is. You can tell by the way she's acting and the information I was given that she was interested in probably one of two of them,
Right.
and the rest came with it. But you don't know whether it was Mr. Orr or somebody else. Keep in mind, Venus's idea is to collect trophies.
That's right. That's right.
So what that means,
That's why she's attracted to the light.
what that means could be something entirely different to what you want. You have one more question.
Can I save it?
Yep. But remember, if you save it to the end of the game, it's gone.
I lose a question. Correct.
All right. Anyone else for their downtime?
I also want to work the case. And sorry, Mo, you were looking to who?
I used my Whisper network. I reached out to one of their former clients,
Okay.
probably the hand sanitizer people.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to investigate Nandi Orr.
All right, that sounds great.
And I'm just like I'm curious to know like more about. I know we've kind of touched on it, but more about their ties to our group, our mysterious person, the
Dream Eater.
not the no. Well, we don't know if it's the Dream Eater, but the group, my brain is toast.
The Foundation?
The Foundation,
There we
Stanley Foundation.
All right,
The
Nandi's
Aaron Kent Foundation?
Aaron Kent Foundation.
You're doing
The
great.
perfume people.
The perfume people. Yes. What is the connection between Nandi and the perfume people?
All right. How are you looking this up? How are you using information?
I mean, since the set kind of seems to be in disarray, I'm wondering if there's like an office or something that I could kind of sneak into.
Ooh, yeah. Get some paperwork.
I still have doppelgangers. Technically, I could still be sitting there present while the doppelganger does
While
the
does the thing. Yeah.
does the thing. So
All right.
they think I'm right there, even though I'm also in the office.
So I will answer your questions based on what you could find using paperwork. So
Okay.
hit me. You got 3 questions.
What does the paperwork reveal anything more about the connection between Nandi Orr and the perfume people?
So, looking through Nandi Orr's area, what's called person and everything's going through, you notice that Nandi Orr's work and everything put through with the Aaron Foundation is mostly been locked up. The money he has been saving for it and making for it is mostly put into a trust.
Mm-hmm.
It seems the majority of the money he makes from from all of his work goes away and doesn't go to him. Instead, most of it is invested into a trust, and he has enough to live fairly all right, but that's where all of his royalties and everything else goes. He is putting it all away. That's what you can see from that. That's the connection between them. You have 2 more questions.
For what purpose? Like, is it just like this is just his money to live on?
No, that's money he's not touching. The money is locked away, and it's going to be locked away. And the paperwork declares that the money is not to be touched by him, not to be touched at all until either emergencies or his passing.
Okay. So there's a big chunk of money that he's saving up for something, but it's for emergencies or his passing.
Yes.
It's weird.
You're doing great, by the way.
Thank you. I'm also curious if there's like a schedule or something anywhere that says that Aaron Kent is going to be showing up here.
There is no schedule for Aaron Kent showing up, but Nandi has a number connected directly to the board.
Huh. Okay.
So that I'll give you that one for free because you will just not find any kind of like, oh, they're gonna turn up and like, hey, what's up? Yes. No, they're not gonna be like that. No.
Okay.
You
Does
have
that
two
mean
more questions.
still? Gosh. Okay.
Yes, because I'm that nice.
Oh my god. Okay.
I know you're like, oh god, I don't know what to do. Help me. And I'm like, you're doing great. Just keep going and thinking. Also, remember to ask the audience for any clues, any help if you want,
Yes.
but not the audience
Who's
who are
the
listening.
Dream
'cause they're
Eater?
home. Who's the dream eater?
Who's the
Yeah,
Dream Eater?
bam.
Tell
Well, the
me-
paperwork says no.
Right?
Survey says.
Ding.
Jacob, this entire time.
I'm still not seeing why. Why what is this money for? Why?
All right, you look into it, and it says the money is to, upon passing of death or loss of life, every single piece of the money that is there is to go, according to the paperwork, to Padma Abrams.
What's the connection between Nandi and Padma?
You won't find that in paperwork.
Damn. Damn. Okay. That I had a gut feeling for some reason, but it was like a wild hair of a gut feeling, and I was like, no, surely not. Damn it. Okay.
What's the gut feeling? We want to know.
Just that there was like a Nandi and Padma connection of some kind. I just didn't know what, and I don't think I can. Like, I can't get it from the papers in front of me, so I don't know how
No,
I'm gonna.
you're not gonna be like, what's the clue? Ooh. All right, Miss Marple, you have one more question. Would you like to save it, or you can use it?
I will save it. I will sit tight.
Excellent. I can't wait for you to lose that in about an hour.
Oh!
Joe, Mo. It always happens every time. You're like, I save it. Oh, it's gone. I should have used it. I'm like, yeah. Joe, Rose, do you have anything like to do in your downtime?
I'll go. I was just going to go ahead and prepare. So, if I prepare for the next situation, I can't really. No, I'm not going to go back into the dreaming. That went so well the first time. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna. Venus is just gonna recover and like isolate and get her burned tags back, and
That
just
sounds fair.
kind of not be in a state to deal with anyone right now.
Also sounds fair. Yeah, feel absolutely fine to spend a moment just to like get away from these slackers and let me get some sleep. How dare they?
Oh
make
no,
me
not
burn
sleep.
like this?
Dear God, not sleep. No, just like
close your eyes. Close your eyes.
nope,
Close your eyes.
nope, not
Close your
here,
eyes.
not ever.
Beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful place. All right. Yeah. All right. That's you sorted. And finally, Jacob.
Okay, I would like to poll the players because I have two ideas. One, I think the wolf is extremely upset with Jacob because Jacob's been very namby-pamby. And the wolf is not about that. The wolf has other things to do. So, one idea is to explore the wolf mythos and see if the wolf gets a bit more control. Or do we think Jake would spend the time to recover from his status and like stay low?
Stay low from being on set.
You
Yeah.
really wanted to know what's going on with the Dream Eater, right? Because the Dream Eater is like encroaching on the wolf's turf.
Oh, it's extremely personal for the wolf.
So we just got information that the Dream Eater might be here.
That's
on
what I was
set.
thinking too. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that probably
Mhm.
would get the wolf's attention.
Oh yeah, yeah. My question is, what do we think the bigger, more interesting struggle is? Is it Jacob trying to deny the wolf, or is it the wolf coming more forward?
It sounds like the
And
wolf would
doing
probably want to
something
come
about that.
forward. But
That's
that's
what
just
I'm thinking
me.
too. I just because in my head I think that's, but I just wanted to get what you guys thought about that.
Hit us
You-
with the wolf.
Wolf
You
time.
don't actually manifest as a wolf, do you?
Not yet.
Outside of the
I've,
dream.
I've never in the physical have you seen the wolf. You've only seen the dream version of the wolf.
Right. You know, Adam would always say, find a disguise and keep poking around.
Mm-hmm.
But Holly would say, Adam's no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Buck 'em
accurate.
up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'm gonna explore my mythos. I'm gonna explore how far must I go to keep the balance?
All right, tell me what you do.
How far? So I think I'm kind of somewhere in a men's room. Again, it's the same similar scene of Jacob looking in the mirror and the wolf is staring back. And they're just having this moment of the wolf making it very clear, like, you are now getting in my way. So either we do this together or I feed. And Jacob is sweating, he's nervous, but he sees his broken nose. He sees how trying to be the nice guy all the time just doesn't work, but he also thinks back to Holly and the promise he made. And he says, let's do this.
Gain one clue, and you may spend it to ask me any question you like. And I need to know what it is you're about to do to say, let's do this.
I got a pretty good sniff of the perfume. I want to know, is there a scent to whatever they're taking out of people? Like, is there a scent to the dreaming that they're extracting?
Yes, there is a scent to what they're extracting. And what they're extracting is more than what it seems. At first, it seems to be just blah, 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 take some soul out. But they're doing more than that. They're taking their creative power, their mystical creative differences, their style, their fashion, their muse, in fact. They take people's actual dreams. And this is the first time you realize it, that from what has been described as to what it's taken out, it's not eaten, it's not destroyed. It is simply turned into something that people can use to enhance what they already have. In a way, despite the way it looks like, it is one hell of a drug, but it's not addictive. It is incredible. Just because it's not addictive doesn't mean you won't want more.
Okay.
And that's what you can pull out from the scent that you get. And now that you can smell it, you can smell it on the rest of your friends. Dreamers will have that color scent on them all the time. And that's something you can definitely pull up. You reckon if you just pop, if you see a dreamer next and you just,
I'll know.
you know, 100%.
Can I tell the difference between someone that's naturally a dreamer and somebody that's taken the substance? Is there spike that I can detect?
That's two questions, my dear.
Okay, fair enough. Do I, mechanically speak, do I mark attention when I focus on a mythos during downtime?
Yep, you mark attention.
Yay, that's my third tick.
Hey, new power, let's go!
Power up. I'll look at that later. Cool.
All right. So with that done, the rest of you can meet up. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one because I took the lead on what's called the beginning of the scene because I was like, haha, you don't get to do what you want. So what would you like to do? The rest of the cast is still continuing to film. The day is still kind of young. Kuberts will be staying in their trailer, but you still have the rest of them to go.
Can we powwow?
Yeah.
Huddle.
I
Best-
assume we
best
Huddle?
to
we
Huddle.
meet
Sorry.
up and
I shouldn't use
best to
that
huddle.
word. Sorry. Um. So yeah, I loop everybody in on the fact that Venus went into the dream world, saw, if not the Dream Eater, someone who was stealing people's life forces.
Not life
and
force, dream.
s- life forces. And
No. I know life forces. It was dreams they were taking.
and she feels like that person is in close proximity here.
Feels,
And
knows. Just her glaring at you.
if you trust Venus,
Poor Venus.
It's a good
It's
thing
like-
you're pretty and interesting.
um, and when she said she woke up and said someone had been attacked by this presence, and that's when the kid went down. So based on what I've learned, it feels like one of these people of the crew made a deal with Aaron Kent and somehow became a dreamer.
Well, I can tell you who it might be. Nandy Orr. I went poking around in his office, and well, there's a very specific connection between Nandy Orr and the Aaron Kent Foundation. All of the money that Nandy is getting is being locked up in some kind of fund that only unlocks when he dies or in an emergency. And it's meant for Padma.
And Kubert being attacked isn't obviously an emergency enough. Um, this feels like the exact same thing that happened to Sam, who one
Doesn't it?
day became a dreamer and was able to affect people. Has anybody had any lead on the perfume?
No, I've been trying. I haven't. Is it at all relevant that Padma has feelings for Abdul? I mean, what is the connection between Nandi and Padma?
they
Um,
owe Padma.
Huh?
She was burned.
that's right.
Hurt.
She sacrificed for this in a way none of the rest have.
It's
True.
guilt. I could smell it on them. Not
I
that
spoke-
I'd have to try.
I spoke to Sandra, and she suggested that of all of the people, we leave Abdul and Padma alone.
Why?
I
I
don't
mean,
have that
I'm
answer.
fine with it. I have no problems with that, but why? I guess.
I don't think they're involved the way that the
Yes.
others are.
No, yes, that makes sense. I still something about Nandy for sure. I'm not just saying that because he made me do an audition on the spot.
Nandy suddenly had a revival of his career.
And apparently, he's the go-between between this group and Aaron Kent.
Yes, there was a direct hotline number to the board in his office.
Do you have that number?
Yeah, I wrote it down. She
Thank
hands
you.
a slip of paper.
So, we kill Nandy then. Yeah, I am in
It's
a rush.
on site. Okay.
How many more are they going to target and feed on before we do something?
Yeah,
Are
it
we
seems
certain?
somebody has created a fish bowl, a barrel of fish, as it were, to feed on in this production.
As much as I admire your proactiveness, Jacob, we should maybe make sure we find the right person to kill.
Next time I'll tell Jacob. Let's go.
Bullshit.
Venus, meet the wolf. Um,
Fascinating.
Venus, you said there's no way to know. I think Nandy was at your house.
It's possible. I have no memory of it, though.
I think you had Nandy over
There was
to
a photo of the entire crew in that room.
to be part of something, something pretty, something that looked exciting, like Lynette. And I think they've already eaten from you.
In that case, maybe we don't need to be quite so careful with who we kill.
All signs point to Nandy having contact with whatever's going on.
Joe, were you going to reveal what Jacob learned about being able to smell dreamers?
If anybody asked, but the wolf
Yeah.
would not have revealed that Jacob was.
Because that would be a
Exactly.
really useful, relevant piece of
Exactly.
information that we could use to start narrowing down suspects.
Mhm.
I think
You can take a read or try to poke at the wolf.
I didn't want to
the
metagame
wolf
it that
would not
hard.
Volunteer that. The wolf would not volunteer that.
Damn it.
for the record, I don't think Nandy's our person. I think somebody has given Nandy the wherewithal to put this production together so that they can come behind.
Let's find out who Nandy's been talking to.
Priya kind of like shakes a little, like visibly, like you know when you're like shaking off the heebie-jeebies kind of a vibe. Like she's not like this entire thing is just awful, and she's just like, all right, fine, let's do this.
Venus is gonna turn to the wolf. If we find the right person, I think between the two of us, no, not even the right person. I think if the two of us work together to lay bare people's true natures, I think we can find who we're looking for.
And we're better alone.
Wolf, Venus was unable to manage this in the dream realm. Are you interested?
Don't go alone. What was in there tried to drain me of my ability to dream. And
What
it'll do
was
the
in
same to
there?
every one of you.
What was in there came after someone that was very important to me. But not only that, the physical body of Jacob seems to grow several inches right before you at this moment.
Nice.
That motherfucker made me bow my head.
Good.
It feels like the easiest way to find them is in the dream. Venus, you said there were no walls and you could see them clearly?
It was clouds. It was blindingly bright. I could see shapes, and I could see color coming from the perfume. There were figures, those with light and those without, and I saw what I assume was the Dream Eater take the light out of... Who was the victim? Most recent?
Kubert.
Hubert. Yeah. I could see it take Hubert's light. Now, if we could figure out from this side what other dreamers are here, that might serve us better before we go stumbling back into the Dream Eater's den.
This is completely potentially tangential, maybe not real. I don't know if this is actually helpful, but if you want me to distract Nandy, I have an idea.
We have no idea if he's our culprit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you need me to distract him.
I say outright, you don't have to do any of that Hollywood stuff.
Well, when in Hollywood, do as the Hollywoodians do. I don't know. She just kind of like, listen, I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with ideas.
If the Dream Eater's here and it's operating in the dream, then I'll be in the dream.
Do you need help?
Yes,
Please.
he does.
Yes, please.
All right, I'll go with you.
You will notice that there is a red pool forming on Jacob's shirt at the moment. It was just something that happens when the wolf is very close to manifesting, or when the wolf is more present in Jacob.
I've seen that before. I probably have like a spare like handkerchief or something in my purse, and I just give it to you to kind of like.
Yeah, he doesn't take that.
If we're going, we should go
Fine.
sooner rather than later.
I don't have too much time in this body, so let's do this, whatever we're doing, quick.
Let's go.
So, how would it seem like to approach this?
I'd like to have Gally pull up the car.
In fact, as you say, if you just go galley, there's a beep, beep, beep.
No, it's just a snap, and the car pulls up like way in the distance behind us.
And it just parks there waiting.
Our carriage waits.
Okay. Let's dream, Wolf.
You sure you want to follow?
Yeah.
If the Eater takes
I'm not
you,
holding back.
I just want you
this
all to
time.
know you've all been fascinating.
I'm not holding back this time. This is the only time I'm warning you.
Guess it's nice knowing you too. The question mark.
All right. When you're ready to cut to us, Lloyd.
All right, let's. So who's going to dreaming and who's not?
I'm dreaming.
Dreaming. I think we're all
No,
going.
we're on Elm
I
Street.
think I think I'm the only one away.
Come with us. Come with us.
Priya's like, I
Come
don't
with
need
us. All
dreams.
four. All four.
Don't disappoint
All
me.
right, fuck it. I'm in.
Roll
All
4
right.
deep in the dreams.
All right, describe to me how you enter the dreaming, everyone, before I start telling you to make face danger rolls.
Oh god.
I think Venus tries to lead the way, but doesn't get a chance because the wolf goes by.
Because there's a wolf right there.
Mhm.
Like, she tries to open the door and then just, like, shoulder checked by a wolf.
Mm.
Would be my guess.
I think the wolf would take charge going in if that's all right with you guys. I think the wolf doesn't traverse like an animal normally would in the wolf just brings the entire forest. So he's manifesting as forest, as darkness, as the uncertainty of what's behind that tree. He's manifesting as all those things, and he stalks within that. So where we once saw this image of clouds and bright light, now there are spots of darkness, spots of shade covered by trees and wood and forest.
Just
And that is the wolf.
pine
add to that?
treetops poking through the clouds.
Mhm.
Yes, you can.
I would like to add to that. This entire film set is like Shanti's domain. Like, this is delicious. Like, give her more. And so, of course, upon entering the dreaming, yes, it's a forest. It's also a film set. Outside of on the edges of the forest, you can see lights and cameras and booms and overcrawls and everything like that. This was a set, a forest on a set.
There's a fog machine.
There is a fog machine. There
I love the
absolutely
idea that
is.
there's these trees, but then the camera pans behind them and they're just like wooden sticks being held up by wood.
They're flats.
Because this is Shanti's domain. This is where she's at, and like she is feeling very strong and powerful because this is the kind of place that she vibes in. So if Priya is going into the dream world and taking on the Shanti role, you know, she's feeling very strong and powerful and prepared in a way that Priya isn't normally.
All right. So, the idea of what you have is there. You have the forest with the shades. You have the film set in a slight background, and then woo, yeah, woo. You hear a sound of like people cheering on, like you're watching a movie or something in the background, echoing as you do, as the four of you manifest into the dreaming. Venus, you're like, all right, let's go to Duke's up, get ready.
Holding,
you know how it is.
She's got this sword that is, it's kind of juddering and shaking. It is it looks kind of like a black flame with kind of white coming out of it, and you can see like limbs and faces kind of coming out of it.
Nice.
And she's just holding it at her side, ready to go.
And when you enter the dreaming, each one of you is expecting a blinding light that you have to find a way to counter. You don't have that. That isn't there. But not only is that not there, everything around you is lit perfectly normally and seems to be a hustling, bustling movie studio. Think Universal Studios. Like big warehouses, people going back and forth with cameras and stuff, except these people are all faceless. All they are their jobs, moving around these cameras, going about the thing. So like moving about, and it is just absolutely crowded with people. Whatever blinding light was here before when you arrived there, Venus, it is not here right now. The movie set moves back and forth. Some people kind of stop and look at a tree, and then they put your stuff down and start trimming it to make it more aligned to anything else. There's people, there's like cameramen just like working on something. There's a woman like standing there. She's like posing dramatically, but she is limbs, no body.
Can they see us?
They aren't reacting to you.
Okay.
You are currently in the dream, and the area around you has turned into a film set.
Is it possible for me to spend my last clue here and find a way to feel out a connection between Nandi and Padma?
Only if you can explain to me how that relates to the papers you read.
Damn it! But it does relate, because there's clearly a connection between Nandi and Padma on the papers. Right?
No. Those GMs who are like, oh, just say yes to everything. No, I can't relate those two things together, actually, in the wind dreaming. I'm terribly sorry. I love you very much, but I need a little bit more than that.
Listen, it was worth a shot.
So...
It was a wild shot in the dark, and I know it was.
As you're there, you can hear someone screaming, and cut! That was great! That was excellent! Give me more! And they start gesturing, and as they're gesturing, people are moving around and like following their commands. You recognize this person is sitting on a throne of the director's chair, like a director's chair built from other director's chairs, and they're given instructions around the area. And you recognize Nandior just throwing things about, and it sort of stops, and they kind of almost see you, but they don't, and they continue to give directions as they do.
Is it possible to find Padma in the dreaming? Can I go looking for her?
You can go looking for her.
I would like to go looking
Or
for
you can
Padma.
wait exactly 10 seconds.
Oh boy, okay.
Because as he continues to give instructions, the others start to manifest around him. You don't see Kubert, really enough, strange, I don't know how that happened, who knows what happened to him, but he's fine. But you see the others coming up and basins. Sandra is no longer in the booth listening with sound. Sandra, the sound expert, is moving along the areas, but she's dressed in a superhero costume. And she's putting her hands out, and she's picking up sound, and she's changing it, and she's putting it into the camera. That what's called that Nandior is like leaning and looking through. She's literally picking up sound like a superhero and putting it in. Padma is running around everywhere. She's throwing colors. When she's throwing colors, people are changing costume into different things going along the area. Abdul moving about. It's on site. Jacob is on site. Abdul
Jacob's not
moving
here.
the area is literally building more of the trees and stuff around you all as you're going along. And behind them all, there is a man sitting in the back, and we've already seen poor old Sully, who has not had a chance to really appear in this and other things else, is writing frantically everything that's going on, like he's predicting it as best as he can. And they're all working kind of together, and there's a big mass. You see the five of them manifest dreaming as actual manifestations of some kind of work. It could mean they're dreamers, and this is what it looks like when they're manifested. It could mean they're being influenced by the perfume. It could mean that that's just the way you envision them out there. But the five of them are available right there and then. Well, I mean, Jacob, you're the wolf. What does the wolf
The
like to do?
wolf is going to slowly walk towards Sulit. Sulit?
Suli.
How do I?
Suli.
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 Okay.
Suli. Suli.
Suli. Okay, got it.
Suli breaks. Suli.
Okay. The wolf manifests in he's a large black wolf. Nothing too spectacular, just a large black wolf walks up to Suli, but begins to whisper in his ear as he's writing. And the wolf begins to narrate and starts to try to take control of this dream.
Ooh, why don't you change the game?
Yeah. Let me see.
Go for it and then tell me what you say.
Okay.
Well, I, for no reason whatsoever, go over the lines and veils of the game.
Yes. Okay.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I just want to
Okay.
make sure I don't say
Okay.
something out of, because we're kind of in the part where I'm like, I got to make sure I don't say the wrong thing.
Okay. I'm just looking over my tags. Can I tag predict foe's next move?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
And how about wolf's instincts?
I'll give that to you too.
Okay.
However,
Mhm.
there is a -2 for the script must not be changed.
That's totally fair. So that'll net zero that out then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those two tags. Okay. And may I tag dream walking
I'll give it to you.
and dream eater hunters?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. So I think that's just a +1 then. So I would do 3 tags -2, and then change the game. Here we go. Think that was a mild success.
That is a mild success. So you can create a story tag, or you can reduce the status. What story tag does it create for this area?
This is the wolf stream now.
Okay, cool. So tell me how that manifests.
I begin to whisper into Suli's ear.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness falls across the forest and the woods, and all goes dim and silent, save for the heartbeat of one and only one creature, a creature that's about to be hunted by the wolf. And I'm trying to, through Suli writing the script as I narrate, try to change the manifestations around me so that I'm now I'm captain now. Look at me.
Look at me. I'm captain now. All right, you write it in, and as he continues to write up, the setting starts to change. The rest of them move on, and they forming around the area. The place gets darker. You become a bit more obvious. You notice something happening to Sully as he continues to write.
Mm.
He stops for a second, and he sort of cocks his head, and he goes, "This is a new script.
The wolf is coming.
The wolf is coming." But who is the wolf coming for?
The wolf is
I'm
coming.
sorry, was it?
Yep.
As he looks up towards you, you notice Sully has no eyes, just the mouth and the nose. He cannot see the script he is writing. He is just writing it as it's told to him. So he looks up at you and he goes back down to it and continues to write. Whatever manifestation he is, dreamer-wise, he just writes the script. He's not in control of it. That much you pick up from that much going in.
Awesome. Okay.
Adam wants to know who is pulling the strings here.
Ooh,
and that is his third question.
Oh, because you technically can figure it out from what you know from the Whisper Network.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You're not gonna like what I say though.
It's okay.
We never do.
Yeah, it's true. Looking through all of this and being careful to try and figure out who's pulling all the strings here. You look through every single person in this area to try and work out what they do. And as you look at them, you sort of first you think maybe something physical you could see, and you're not quite sure why. So you look at them closer, and you still can't pick up what it is. And then you notice none of them have eyes. All the people in this room do not have eyes.
They cannot
They're
see. In
all
the,
gone.
they cannot see in the dream.
They cannot see in the dream. None of these people can see in the dream at all,
Not even Nandi.
except Nandi.
Oh.
As you look at Nandi, although because his head is behind the camera and he's not looking at you, as he's looking through the camera, and the camera gives him eyes. Nandi is the one in control of the situation. Nandi is the one in control of the situation as is physically available here. And according to Whispered Network, everything works by Nandi's calling.
Can
Nandi's
I see
the one
who's in control of Nandi?
That you cannot. It looks like Nandi is in control of themselves.
Okay.
Whatever they're doing, they're the one in charge. Oh, hold on, wait, no. Is that technically true?
Because he's doing what's on the script.
If I spend my clue, can we figure out if that's technically true?
How do I put this to make it simpler? The person in control of the situation is Nandi. But Nandi is doing it all for someone else.
I know.
Based on the clue that you're doing and everything else, all the work he's doing so far, everything going through the area, there's one person that has eyes, and it's Padma. Padma still has her eyes.
Padma has eyes.
That makes sense to me.
Padma hasn't been fed on, then, perhaps.
Or she's doing the work for Padma.
The scene has changed. It's now more foresty. The wolf is here.
Both behind the camera and in front.
Yes. The camera
Um,
crew are all about this. They are all about whatever the wolf wants to do. The wolf, you have the wheel, wolf.
Okay. Does
What do you want to do?
does
We'll
Priya
take
share
the wheel.
does Priya share anything about Padma having eyes, or Padma being a key?
We are
Relationship?
talking amongst ourselves. I don't know if we are getting too close to the wolf.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what?
Okay.
You do you, baby.
The wolf is going to continue to narrate to Suli. The heartbeat grows louder and louder and louder, driving all other sounds away. The heartbeat of someone with guilt and fear, doing something for someone else. Someone desperate to stop but can't. Someone the wolf is looking for. The heartbeat gets louder and louder.
He's
And then I'm
trying
going to listen for the heartbeat.
Yeah, he's
and
trying
try
to get
find.
he's trying to get the rabbit out of the wood, out of the grass.
You are listening for the heartbeat for the person that looked guilty, the person responsible, and it is getting louder and louder and louder. And the more you listen, the louder it gets. And when you turn to look at everyone, every single person in this room has a heartbeat. And by every single person, I mean Nandi, Sandra, Padma, Suli, and oh fuck, who's the last person? God damn it! I had it. My brain just went dead.
Abdul.
There we go.
Yeah.
Abdul.
Thank you. Every single person's heart is beating. Every single person's heart is beating louder and louder, and they're all slowing down and
Yeah.
kind of slowly becoming aware of your presence.
Is it just those named people that
Just
are
those named
registering?
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other faceless people don't have that heart thing going on. Okay.
Nope.
Great.
They
Perfect.
might as well not exist.
So I say, do you guys want to get to Padma before the wolf does?
Yes? Probably?
I'll find out useful things.
Or take her to the wolf.
Yes? Again?
Meanwhile, I'm going to keep an eye peeled. I think none of these people are responsible for this situation. I think there's a bigger
mean-
actor at play.
Or they're all
None of these
equally
people
guilty.
None of these people made the perfume. Harry Kent Foundation did.
That's what
None
I
of
said.
yes, that's. I'm agreeing with you.
But don't
The only
forget,
thing-
someone in this room definitely ate Kubert.
Yep.
And the only thing that makes the thumping lessen is to get closer. Closer. Find each other closer. And I'm trying to draw them to one spot together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Towards me.
You do? They all move together unanimously, since none of them can see, except for Padma, closer to each other, and they seem to sort of huddle around each other, and they seem to acknowledge each other's presence. And when they huddle around each other, the rest all begin to have eyes appear. And I see their face, like whatever it is on the face veil goes off, and their eyes appear.
Of the 5?
Of the 5.
Of the 4?
Of the 4, all of the eyes appear as they get closer to each other.
Okay.
I'm gonna move towards the group. I don't want to be too far from the action.
I
That's
want
fair.
Oh.
I want perspective to see anything that's coming.
Nope. I mean, yeah, sure. It's a dream. You see whatever you want. Rose.
As soon as they all have eyes, Venuses are going to start to glow, with kind of that same black fire, and she's going to step towards them, and basically the fire is going to get larger until it becomes almost a crown, and she's going to address them and say, "You can't lie to me. I know what you've done, and the guilty will be punished. And I'd like to try and tear the truth out of them."
All right, that sounds pretty good to me. Why don't you give me, not to change the game, hit them with all you've got.
Okay. I see the sins in your souls. Let's see. Can I use wield souls like weapons, as I'm basically just kind of
I'll give it to you.
gathering the power of souls?
I'll give it to you.
And one's fate is sealed.
I'll give you that too.
Okay. And this is hit with all you've got?
Yep.
Okay. No minuses?
No minuses.
Okay.
The guilt is strong.
Rapt audience.
So, what status would you like to give them?
Ooh, nice.
I'd like to drive them to their knees.
All right.
And
Confess.
exactly. I guess the status I'd like to give them is the burden of guilt, to kind of make to drive them to reveal what they've done. And specifically, I'm trying to, if it's one person, get that one person to out themselves, and if it's all of them, well, so be it.
Can I call in that favor status that I had on Padma?
You want to? I mean, you don't need to call it in because this is gonna work no matter what.
Okay, that's fine.
But if you want to use it for something else, you can.
Okay, I'll hold tight on it.
They'll turn to you and they'll look at you and they'll say, "The abandoned child. We left them there. We lost them there. We found them there. We raised them there. We left them there again. We are responsible for our sins. We are the ones who are being punished. This is a fault of ours and no one else's. We deserve everything that we get.
Says who?
And all of them turn towards the wolf. And when they turn towards the wolf, their eyes are gone again. I don't know why. I actually figured out when I did that. Cool. The eyes are gone again. Woo! And they turn towards you. They turn towards you, the one who brought us together. And they lift a hand each and they pointed at Venus.
Everybody hears, I knew it.
I was like,
From way over there.
that's what they say as a group. And they'll take that status of burden of guilt at whatever level you want to
3.
give it. You got 3 power. So yeah, just slam that in there like, yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Done.
The burning in Venus's eyes hasn't gone away. And she's going to kind of turn and she's going to kind of grip the air and twist, and they can feel it in their chests. And she is going to look at all of them. Who took it from me?
They look at you and they go down on their knees. And as they go down on their knees, they look up at you again. Their eyes are once again still gone. And they look at each other. And they reach out to each other. And they sort of like reach in and they touch each other very gently on their hands. Everyone face danger, please. Those of you who fail, you'll be hit by a status 4 thing.
Can we watch each other's back on this face danger?
No, not in
No.
this case. This is individual.
Blessings of invulnerability, a soul cleansed of impurities, and even the gods fear me.
Yep, I'll give it to you that.
Cool.
Thick skin, tough hide, and wolf's instincts.
I'll give you a instinct.
Okay.
I was muted. Can I take fighting lessons and always ready?
Yeah, I'll give you those 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I also put dream walking?
No dream walking. That's not gonna help you in this case.
Okay. Face danger, right?
Yep.
Would beastly fighting help here or no?
Not in this case, no.
No. Okay, then I'll just make my roll. Face danger. Mild success.
All right. Those of you who've managed to take a mild success, you just have the status of not blinded by the light. You have what's it gonna be actually? I should rephrase it better. Let me write it down. Because blinded by the light, I always use blinded by the light because it's such a significant title. I just keep using it. I just stop using it. Blessed by the light, please. That's what I want to use. If you semi passed, you get blessed by the light at 3. If you completely
succeed?
passed, you get nothing.
All right.
14.
Oh, you're good.
I'm
They reach out
touchable.
and they touch each other, and as they touch each other, that light that none of you had seen washes over everything. It just comes out, and each of you are now like, my face. And you're not holding yourself back. I just disappeared again. You're holding yourself back. You're keeping your eyes out. The light fills up everywhere. The darkness you lay before fills up a whole place, and all of them merge into one being that stands there, pure light blazing from it, 2 red eyes made of the color that moves about. And it stands there and it looks at itself and it looks at its form, and then it turns towards the 4 of you in the most dramatic fashion. And it looks at you and it goes, in the case of you I may take the name of Dream Eater. I think this is a good place for us to start for the Red Night, don't you think?
What? No, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, this is a perfect place to start for the night. We have the revelation of them all coming together. We have the thing that's going between them. We have the shocking twist. We have the still slight mystery we haven't worked out in the real life version, but a dream base was down. It's great for a finale and the final bit, and also figuring out what everyone else's memory is. So, I would like to say that is the end. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes, I was teasing.
Okay, thank you very
The
much.
Dream
Right.
Eater is Voltron.
All right.
With your
Thank you
powers
very much to
combined.
our audience and our mods for their hard work. Audience for watching, mods for listening and making sure my chat is nice and clean. Mwah. Love you for that. I saw that bit earlier when you saw that guy out. It was crazy. Thank you to our amazing patrons who keep us still going fresh and ad-free. If it weren't for the money you give us, we would not be able to do what we do right now. So shout out to you. Make sure it's fun. If you want to join our incredible patrons and get better quality content much quicker with a higher quality than it looks like right now, please 100% go to happyjacks.org/Patreon and join the cause. Everyone, reintroduce yourselves, starting from Rose.
Hi, I've been Rose playing Venus, the Vengeful. You can find me at where is that? roserpgs.card.co, 2 R's in card. Thank you for watching. This has been a lot of fun.
Next up, we'll jump down to Leona.
Hello, I'm Leona. You can find me on Twitter at @theleonamaple or at theleonamaple.card.co. Something like that. Twitter's still the best place to find me. Follow me, keep up with what on earth it is that I'm doing, such as being in places like this, or sensitivity reading your next project. Something like that. And I have been Shanti Priya.
Coming up with Mo.
Yo ho, I'm Mo. You can find some of the games I make at ashyfeet.com. You can find me if you want to chat with me on Twitter at ashyfeet1. You guys have a great weekend.
And finally, we end with Joe.
Hey everybody, I am your outro player, Joe. I've been playing Jacob, the big bad wolf. You can follow me by adopting a brisk pace and staying behind me about 4 to 5 feet.
And join us next time for the finale of this section part. We still got 2 more arcs to go. It's not a full finale. You know what I mean. The last bit of this story bit, so this is been told. If you want to catch all of our past episodes, go to happyjacks.org/heaven on high. And you want to find all the other APs in the Happy Jacks network, go to happyjacks.org. My name is Lloyd. Thank you for watching or listening or whatever you're doing, and have a great day, night, evening, whatever. Bye.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Bye.